50% of the Palestinians in Gaza are under the age of 16.
Yeah.
So if you're waging a war on terrorists, surely you've got to target them specifically. And that hasn't been happening. It's been a blanket bombing of a population. And I don't believe that this now is about Israel's security or getting rid of Hamas. This is purely the destruction of a population. And that is a human rights issue.
And when you hear statements like, this is a war on children, would you tend to agree with it?
It can't be viewed as anything else because 50% of the population are children. So it is a war on children. Whether or not it is intended to be a war on children is irrelevant. It is a war on children.
Let's actually speak to that. In your August trip, the last trip you took to Gaza, you mentioned that you saw an increase in children under 5.
Yeah.
Why do you think that was? Why was there an increase?
I think it was an increase in children between the ages of 5 and 14 was what I saw. Far more than I'd seen when we were there in March. A lot of it, I think, is, as we said, just the numbers of children that are around. But one of the big NGOs had a theory that anyone under 5 is normally sheltered by their parents. So if a blast goes off, they're picked up by their mother, their father, or one of their older siblings, and they're protected. And anyone over 14 is normally pretty agile on their feet and aware of the situation around them. Bomb goes off, they run. And I think that tranche of children that are just a bit too old to pick up and not quite old enough to have their wits about them are not in a situation that they can get themselves out of. And so they are falling. And there definitely was an increase in that population when we were there in August.